Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another new pick a card reading for you guys, all about your July 2019 horoscope. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of how it works. So basically, this right here is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, 3, and 4. So take a moment to find out the pile you're the most drawn to. You can pick based on just the card right here, or if it helps, we have these crystals to help you choose as well. But I highly recommend picking based on your first gut instinct, not based on what you find the most beautiful. And if you guys want to know what these crystals are, this right here is smoky quartz, Himalayan smoky quartz. This right here is Himalayan quartz. This right here is fantasy quartz, which is silver plus quartz. And this right here is sunset aura quartz. So if you'd like, you can pause the video to take more time to find out the card that you're the most drawn to. And then once you've picked your pile, you can skip ahead to the timestamps I'll provide down below in the description box as well as the comment box. So you can skip ahead right to your specific reading. But without further ado, let's hop right into it, starting now. Alright, so group number 1, if you guys pick this pile, this is the reading for you, all about your July 2019 horoscope. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. Alright, so group number 1, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off this pile with the Chariot. The Chariot always talks about moving forward into something, like things just feel like they're going to be moving, things feel like, you know, all of a sudden they're not stuck anymore. So if you guys have been in a feeling of feeling like stuck or things aren't moving forward, that will change for you guys. If you're already in a huge momentum of things moving forward, that's just going to continue for you in the month of July. And then we have the King of Pentacles right here, and the King of Pentacles is, you know, starting something that's really solid, feeling really like on top of your game, feeling really abundant. Like when I see this card, I really feel like you guys are going to feel abundant, but specifically when it's beside the Six of Pentacles, I feel like this can go two different ways. So for some of you guys, you're going to have somebody helping you and coming into your life that's going to help you feel more abundant. So you might meet somebody or just have help from somebody that you know, either a parent or a family member or a friend or a partner. And this person is going to come into your life and help you to feel more abundant. That's what I feel like for most of you guys. But then there's this other side where if you guys are already very prosperous and very abundant, I do see you sharing that and having like an overflow to the point where you just spread it out to others as well in the month of July. So it can go either of those two different directions. Again, this is a general reading, so I'm just going to point out all the different options that there are. But I see it going both of those different ways for either of you guys that are watching this. Also, both might apply. Maybe you're going to have somebody come into your life that's going to make you so abundant to the point where you just have that overflow that you end up spreading it to others as well. I also see with the King of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles right here that some of you guys might start a new diet or some type of workout routine or something like that where it makes you guys feel a lot better. Some of you guys might finally get a personal trainer or somebody, you're going to talk to a friend that maybe gives you some tips on their diet that they really like that works for them, or their workout routine or something like that. But I feel you guys like really doing something for yourselves and really wanting to take care of your body, your physical body in the month of July, because the Pentacles always deal with the physical material things, and so that deals with our physical human body. So some of you guys might decide like, okay, I'm going to finally go to the spa, I'm going to finally go to the gym, I'm going to finally have this diet that really works for me. I also see you guys trying out a couple different things in the month of July when we have the Chariot, because that's kind of going in two different directions. So also in the month of July, if you guys do decide to start going to the gym or taking on a new diet, I find like with the Chariot, you might be conflicted some days where you feel like going back into your old ways with that, you know, the dark Sphinx right here, or heading in that new direction with the light Sphinx. And so there might be a bit of back and forth energy in the month of July where you guys are so ready to move into this new energy and have this new routine and start something really inspiring, or you're inspired by somebody, but on certain days you might fall back into your regular routine that you're trying to let go of. So there's going to be a little bit of that push and pull, the flux and flow. But also with just these cards that are here, I do feel like you guys will be successful. I don't feel like you guys are going to fall back into old habits, but I do see like a flux and flow until you guys fully settle into this new mindset, this new way, this new modality of taking care of yourself, basically. I do also see for some of you guys, career-wise, that you're possibly going to make more money or get some type of promotion, or do something where somehow you are feeling more abundant, you're feeling more prosperous. And so something is going to happen for you guys in the month of July where either you get like another job, or you get your first job, or you get a promotion, or somebody's helping you out somehow, and you're just getting more materially and emotionally, physically, in all sorts of forms. You're just going to feel definitely more abundant. We also have the card here of nature, and then the card of release. And so nature really reminds me of this King of Pentacles card because he's surrounded by nature. And so I feel like a lot of you guys are going to probably seek very natural ways of doing things. Maybe you guys are going to decide to take on a new diet that includes more natural foods that haven't been processed. So maybe you guys are going to cut out some processed foods in the month of July. I also feel like you guys probably are going to spend more time in nature, or just feel the need to be in nature somehow. Obviously, that's like the more self-explanatory version of this card, but I also feel like you guys are going to want like a more natural lifestyle, and you're going to want to cut out some certain things in your life that no longer serve you, or that you know aren't that good for you. And so I do see this as also breaking habits as well, and getting help in order to break old habits. So I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be breaking free from old habits for sure when we have this nature card. And also just the symbolism of this pine cone right here. Lots of the times the symbolism of a pine cone is an awakening of the pineal gland. And so usually that does happen when you follow a more natural diet or a more natural lifestyle. A lot of the times a side effect of that is your pineal gland can awaken. Especially with these birds right here, this is kind of like a spiritual awakening, a takeoff. So some of you guys might also go through some sort of spiritual awakening in the month of July, where you might meet somebody who introduces you to a new way of looking at things spiritually as well, especially with that Six of Pentacles card. And you guys are going to be releasing a lot of old ways of thinking, a lot of old ways of doing things. And so with this, I feel like you are just this frog sprouting out from your old self, basically, and almost like, I don't know why I'm almost picturing this as the frog kind of growing wings in a way and just being able to be free. And so I see you guys looking at your old way of life, even though I feel like you're going to kind of fall back and forth a little bit before fully integrating this new lifestyle. But I feel like you guys are going to be releasing a lot of more negative kind of ways of doing things, I guess you could say. So maybe you guys don't have the best diet right now, or maybe you guys don't take care of yourselves in the way that you know that you're supposed to be. And so I feel like you're going to be releasing a lot of negative habits. That's basically what I'm seeing, is like releasing a lot of negative habits. And I feel like it's because you're going to specifically meet somebody who is going to inspire you, or maybe you see this person online or something like that who really inspires you to take on a new way of life, or a new diet or fitness routine, something like that, that just brings you into a more healthier mindset. We also have the card here of abundance, which is so funny because I was talking a lot about abundance earlier when I was looking at these cards. So I do feel like, again, the month of July, like somehow you guys are going to be so much more abundant and so much more prosperous. And again, this card has a lot of nature in it with that tree. I feel like you guys are going to be sprouting this more natural lifestyle, but also feeling so much more abundant materially and emotionally and spiritually. You're just going to feel so much more fulfilled in the month of July. We also have this card of love right here. And so obviously love is very self-explanatory. I feel like you're going to, this is more of like a self-love. You're going to realize how much you love your physical body and how much you want to take care of your physical body to make it something that you really care about, and show your body that you care about yourself and all this kind of stuff. And I also feel like with this new person that you're either going to meet or be inspired by online, you're just going to have this like abundant feel of love and inspiration from this person, and be very inspired to be more conscious of how you treat yourself specifically, and you're going to release a lot of those old ways of doing things and a lot of old habits. We also have the card here of the ever unfolding rose, and then Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. And so this one says cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. And so I think you're going to release a lot of like old ways of thinking, where you might have been thinking like, oh, this is happening to me constantly, and why would this happen to me, and the universe is horrible, or the world is horrible because all these things keep happening. And I feel like you're finally going to have this spiritual awakening where you're going to realize that it's happening for you and not to you. So you're going to realize that these things, the negative things that may have happened in your past, led you to where you are now, and it's the most beautiful place that you've probably ever been, honestly. And you're going to realize that as life unfolds, there's going to be moments that look not as good, but they lead you to the moments of self-realization to put you in the best place that you could ever be. Then we also have this one which says the seeding of light, laying foundations, divine plan. And so you're going to realize the divine power of the universe and the way that the universe really works and how it lays out these foundations for you to build a very solid, abundant life. And so with the King of Pentacles, this is all about building foundations and stuff like that. So there's some type of like new way of life that you're almost building for yourself, and it's because of this person that's coming into your life, or this person that you're going to be inspired by. And I feel like it's going to lay out a new foundation of your way of life, and it's going to change you in a really positive way. We also have a leg up in the tribe. So again, this tribe card makes me feel like a new person is coming into your life in the month of July that's going to really inspire you and make you think about the people that you really want to be surrounded by. This person's going to be very inspiring to you and is almost going to be a role model of the type of person that you want to be. So either that will be a real person that's coming into your life or somebody that you get inspired by online. And somehow with this leg up card, it's going to help you climb the ladder of where you want to go and where you want to be. So somehow it's putting you up on a higher pedestal of realizing the potential that you really have and who you can really be, and it's going to inspire you to feel much better about yourself and be inspired to be better. We also have this card right here, which is Cartouche, which is Divine Names of Power. And so I think that this is just kind of like a reminder of, you know, this person that might be coming into your life. This person is a divine person, but you also are as well. And it's kind of realizing that the divinity in words as well, the divinity in what you say to yourself. And so this might be a reminder of saying, like, when you wake up in the morning, if you say you can't do something, then you won't be able to do it. Or if you say that you can do something, that means you actually can do it. So it's changing your way of thinking into feeling more abundant and thinking more abundantly and thinking more prosperously, especially including yourself. So thinking more loving thoughts towards yourself, releasing some negative stuff, and realizing the power of changing those thoughts and changing those words that go through your head every day is going to have massive change on you in the month of July. So that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number one. I hope it resonated. If it did, don't forget to leave me a comment down below and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number two, this is your July 2019 horoscope of how July is going to go for you guys. So without further ado, let's hop right into this. All right, so pile number two, this is just so powerful. We have all wand cards right here. We have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So this is a lot of wand energy. The wands are all about inspiration, creativity, spirituality, lots of movement and inspiration, basically, in a very creative, passionate way. So with this Ace of Wands, this is the beginning of something. So I feel like in the month of July, you guys are going to almost like find a new thing that you are incredibly inspired by, that awakens your creative energy, that you're so excited to learn and jump into every day, and you almost can't wait to jump into it. The Eight of Wands right here is kind of like really quick movement, and so I feel like this new inspiration is going to hit you very quickly, and it's going to cause you to want to do so much, start so much. It could also be a new trip that's being planned, because a lot of the times with these cards, this can actually mean like a quick road trip or an actual trip somewhere. It could even be flying somewhere to a new country even. But somehow this is going to be incredibly inspiring for you, whether it's just learning something new, discovering something new that you are extremely excited about, or traveling somewhere new. It could also be a spiritual awakening as well, lots of the times, and just diving really deep into spirituality, stuff like that. So either way, this is something new and creative that is probably going to utilize your communication skills as well. So this can be esoteric communication skills. This can be communication skills because you go to a new country or a new culture where you're going to have to communicate in a new way, or learn new communication, or be surrounded by new communication. It could be a new person coming into your life that you're really excited to communicate with, that ignites your inspiration and your passion. It could be a new friend coming in that really you just get along with super well, or it can be like a new creative idea that you have that you really want to start. So anything that deals with creativity and also some new communication coming in. With this Page of Wands, this can be a new person entering your life, but I do feel like for most of you, there will be a new person entering your life, yes, but I also feel like for you, this is just like the beginnings of realizing the potential that you really have and uncovering this new potential that you never really saw before. And so in the month of July, I feel like you guys are going to be almost unlocking like a new side of yourself and a new part of yourself and really jumping into it and just being so inspired and so crazy happy in the month of July. With these cards, these are all very happy cards. And so I feel like all in all, the month of July is going to be a pretty exciting and happy month. We also have the card here of Ancestors and the card of Higher Perspective. And so this Higher Perspective card makes me think of a spiritual awakening of sorts. So with the gist of it, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to gain some sort of higher perspective, whether you guys are going to be going through specifically like a spiritual awakening where you learn more spiritually and have a higher perspective because of that and grow some more wings to like almost ascend and heighten your vibration. But anytime that you're happy, and I do see like a lot of happiness in the month of July for you guys, anytime that you're feeling happy, you do ascend into a higher vibration naturally. So this can also be, you know, traveling and gaining higher perspectives because of the travel that you guys are doing, especially with these wings right here. Reminds me a lot of traveling. So if you guys are not traveling, that just means that you are gaining a higher perspective and a higher vibration because of either a new person coming into your life with some really fun, exciting communication, or a new creative adventure that you guys are beginning and starting. With this Ancestors card, I do also feel like you guys are almost rooting down into really who you really are, because this card right here, she's rooting herself into the earth. And so I feel like you're going to awaken a lot of maybe some past life knowledge that you guys had, meet somebody from your past life, travel somewhere that you've had a past life at before, and realizing your roots. So somehow you're going to be awakening your roots of where you're originally from, and it's going to help you grow as a person in this life. As you can see, she's growing at the top. Discovering your roots is going to help you heighten your perspective. We have roots in both of these cards. So somehow you guys are realizing something from a past life, awakening something from a past life, whether that be through travel, meeting a new person, or just discovering a new aspect of yourself somehow spiritually. But again, there's so much growth because these roots lead to the growth in this life right now, and allow you to like grow wings. We also have this half moon in both of these cards right here, meaning that this is just the beginning. This Ace of Wands and this like partial moon right here that we have, this is like awakening, this new phase. It's like literally awakening to something new that you've never felt before. And it's just going to be all like really exciting, lots of growth in this month. We also have the card of Earth Force and the card of Trust. And so with this Earth Force card, this reminds me a lot of that roots again. So you guys are just really connecting to the energy of this earth, and it's going to push you into a place that will help you grow so much, and you're going to be rooting yourself so deep into the earth and gaining that earth energy to the point where it's going to grow your energy so much to that higher perspective kind of place. We also have the card here of Trust. And so I feel like whatever you guys kind of get, whether you get downloads of information, you get this new spontaneous idea, there's going to be a lot of spontaneous energy in the month of July for you guys with those wand cards. You have to trust these spontaneous things that really come to you and just go with the flow of them. We also have Trust Your Path again. So trust it. So trust all of these new inspiring things that are going to be just be like coming through to you in the month of July. So when you get these like really spontaneous ideas, go with the flow of them. We also have Lemuria right here. So this is kind of like realizing the heaven that's on earth and realizing the beauty that's like right in front of you. Lemuria is literally like the heaven on earth, just like it says, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. So it's like you guys are going to feel so good in the month of July, gain these new higher perspectives, and heighten your energy so much to where you feel like you're almost in heaven this month. Whether that's with traveling, like I said, or with meeting a new person, or just having this new creative venture. We also have the card of soulmate. So some of you guys might meet your soulmate this month and have this new person come into your life, or you might realize and just have this really good like unlocking of your soul with this key right here. Like whether you guys are traveling or discovering something new or starting a new project, somehow it's going to unlock part of your soul that you've never felt before. Then we also have the card of by the book. And so again, you guys are going to be learning so much this month, discovering so much in so many different ways. There's many possibilities. Again, it's a general reading, so find out the way that resonates with you the most. If you already have travel plans in the month of July, it'll probably have to do with that. Or if you have been awakening to more spiritual stuff, it might have to do with that. Or if you've been really seeking out a new friendship, it might deal with that, or a soulmate. But again, there's lots that you guys are going to be learning and growing from this. We also have the card of divine destiny, the path of the divine warrior. So this is literally your destiny that you're going to be kind of discovering in the month of July. You're going to be really realizing where you belong, and you're going to realize your roots, because we have so much root energy right here. So you guys are really going to be realizing what your purpose, what your destiny is. And you might not realize it fully yet in the month of July. If you guys already know your destiny, it's going to be just kind of like gaining a newer, higher perspective of what that destiny looks like into the next level of that destiny. If you guys are really confused about what your destiny is, I feel like you're going to uncover lots of it in the month of July. It might not be fully revealed in the month of July, because usually, our destiny is revealed to us in segments throughout our entire life. So I do feel like in the month of July, a lot of you guys will be realizing a very big part of your destiny. So that's what I see for you guys, pile number 2. I hope you guys liked this reading. If you did, don't forget to give me a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 3, if you guys picked this pile, this is the reading for you, all about your July 2019 horoscope for the month of July. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, so pile number 3, this is what I'm seeing for you guys in the month of July. So we start off this pile with the 5 of Pentacles. So this kind of means like being alone, maybe feeling a little bit left out, or maybe feeling withdrawn. So you guys might be going through some of this energy right now as we head into the month of July. And when it's beside the 8 of Cups specifically, like this is kind of like you're choosing to walk away from something. So it's not like really like you're being abandoned in any way. It's almost like you're choosing to walk away from something in order to have some more alone time, in order to go on almost like a self-realization path. Especially with this moon right here, this is really kind of showing me that things seem a little bit unsure. Maybe there's something that you're really maybe confused about right now, and you're needing to do some soul searching and go within and kind of be alone right now, especially when it's beside the Queen of Cups, because she's very intuitive. She likes to really look at her emotions and see what her emotions are, what she really feels. And so there might be some confusion right now with the way that you feel. Maybe you're unsure about a big decision in your life, and you just really need to be alone and recluse and kind of like remove yourself from something that you're emotionally attached to in order to realize your own emotions, in order to discover your own emotions. So don't take this in a bad way for you guys. I know a lot of you guys, when I say stuff like this, there's a lot of you guys that are like, oh no, this sounds awful. But trust me, it's not awful. This is just part of life. And honestly, I feel like this is a period of extreme personal growth for you guys, which is not a bad thing at all. In fact, that's a really, really good thing. So I do see you guys coming out on top and realizing what your emotions are and what your emotional needs are and the needs of others, and being empathetic at this time. I feel like this is a time of being an empath and feeling out the situation, feeling your own self, feeling everyone else in the situation, and kind of getting a higher perspective of the entire thing. So yeah, I do feel like you guys are going to be a little bit more recluse in the month of July, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. This is almost like going on your own spiritual path that you need to. So this is very spiritual at this time, especially with this Queen of Cups beside the 8 of Cups. This is like a very spiritual time of like you being like, okay, I need to go on a little bit of a self-soul journey right now. So this is a self-soul journey in the month of July for you guys. We also have the card here of versatility, and then the card of transmute. So this is a huge time of transmuting some energy. So right now there might be a situation that you're confused about, a situation that maybe left you feeling not the greatest. Maybe it left you feeling like unsure about what to do, and it's a time where you need to transmute this energy. So you need to go on a soul searching journey in order to almost free yourself from this emotion and realize, like use your empathetic abilities to feel within the entire situation, remove yourself from the situation in order to actually see the truth of the situation. So a lot of the times when we're when we're right in the middle of something, it's really hard to see the bigger picture. And so I feel like you guys are going to be walking away from something in order to gain the larger perspective and then also transmute this energy. So I feel like you guys are going to be letting go of a lot of negativity and transmuting maybe a negative situation into a positive one, and realizing the positives and realizing that it was all positive to begin with, because nothing's inherently good or bad. We also have the card here of versatility, so I feel like you guys are going to also realize how versatile you really are, because maybe you feel like you're tied to something right now, especially with these two mice right here that are kind of like intertwined with their tails. It's like maybe you're really attached to something right now, and you need to realize your versatility in being alone, and maybe realizing if you were too attached to something, maybe you need to realize that you can have this thing, you can have these things in your life, but as you can see, these two mice are facing away from each other. So this is kind of showing me like these two mice, although they're attached, they also have their own lives. And so you can still be attached to something and realize a more healthier attachment by being versatile and realizing that you can go off and have your own life while still having the beauty of whatever this is that you guys are obviously like emotionally attached to, but you need to realize how to have a more balanced kind of relationship with this situation, almost this situation or this thing or this person. So there needs to be a balance here, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of transmutation of certain energy in order to realize how to be more versatile in this situation, how to have this situation be a positive one rather than negative. I also feel like you guys are going to do this and then come across so much joy. There's going to be a lot of joy discovered through this. So again, you guys are going to be going on this soul-searching journey, and it might feel a little bit like you're alone at times, but honestly, it's going to help you realize so much. And once you transmute this energy, you can come back to this situation, maybe see it for what it is, and realize that there's so much joy to be had because you realize the new higher perspective of something. And somehow there's like an abundance of joy that you guys are going to end up finding on your journey of your soul-searching journey. They also have the card here of courage. And so this is like the month of July is going to take a lot of courage for you, especially when you have to walk away from something that you're emotionally tied to in order to kind of go on that soul search journey. It takes a lot of courage to do that, but you're going to gain so much strength from this to walk away and also find so much, forgive so much, release so much, transmute so much, realize how versatile you can really be. There's going to be a lot of strength and courage that blooms from this, which is going to be beautiful. And that's, I think, what is going to make you feel this joy. We also have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. And so this is maybe like some sort of past life situation that's going on that you're needing to walk away from. Maybe there's some karma tied to this. And so this is something you've been training for lifetimes. This is finally the time that you're going to erase this old karma. You're going to leave behind the old karma to walk on this new path. And you're going to realize how to be attached to this situation in a healthy way, while still having your own life, but releasing the karma and just having a beautiful tie to the situation rather than a karmic tie. We also have Answer the Call. What is your soul calling you to do? So what does your soul want? Have a moment where you maybe think about what your soul really wants. Have this like soul searching kind of time where you figure out what your soul actually wants rather than what your ego wants, or rather than what your mind thinks it wants based on conditioning of growing up in a certain society that says you should want this or that. What does your soul actually want? So I feel like this soul searching journey, you're going to really actually talk to your soul at this time and realize what your soul wants. We also have the card here of To Be Fair, and then we have the card of Here and Now. And so To Be Fair, this is realizing kind of like the balance of the situation, I think, because there's some sort of like imbalance right now, and I think you need to be empathetic and remove yourself from the situation to see the entirety whole of this situation in order to balance the scales and be fair. So, you know, obviously there is some sort of imbalance. It might be with you or with another person or a certain situation, a job, anything like that. Somehow there's an imbalance, and you guys need to discover what is imbalanced. And you might need to go on this soul search to realize that the imbalance might actually start with you. It might not as well. But a lot of the times, a lot of us can go on this soul-searching journey and realize our part of the whole play, and realize how we can change and how we can transmute our own energy in order to be more versatile, and realize that we can let go of certain karma. So to be fair, just focus on, okay, what is the situation trying to teach you, and what is it trying to teach in the bigger picture? And then live in the here and now, live right now. What is going on right now? Who do you want to be right now? And what is your soul calling you to do right now? Our last card is the Lunar Queen. So this deals a lot with feminine energy, the moon, our emotions. And so really listen to your emotions at this time. Listen to your soul. What is your soul calling you to do? Go within. The moon basically is your shadow self, the self that's not really known, the self that's within, you know? So it's going on this inner journey, very connected to the moon, and uncovering yourself and letting yourself be free, that inner self that normally people don't really see, the subconscious mind, what really goes on in your subconscious. So it's going to be a journey of discovering those types of things and healing those things, transmuting that energy into something new in order to be free of that and bring in that joy into your life. So that's what I'm saying for you guys, pile number 3. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give me a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 4, if you guys picked this pile, this is the reading for you, all about your July 2019 horoscope. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, starting now. All right, so pile number 4, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off this pile with the 9 of Pentacles. So this talks about like kind of being independent, kind of feeling like really good in yourself. So when it's beside the 3 of Swords, this kind of makes me feel like maybe you guys maybe recently are getting over some sort of heartache, whether it deals with, you know, losing a loved one or a partner or a job that you're attached to or a friendship, anything like that. So somehow there's this feeling of loss, or it could even be a heartbreak that's way in the past that might get like brought up again, or you might get reminded of it. It could be any of these things. So somehow there's something that is maybe hurting your heart in the month of July, and you're feeling this kind of like independence, but it's almost like distracting, because although you feel independent, you feel good, there's lots of good things happening for you. All the time when we have this 9 of Pentacles card, you're feeling good being on your own, being by yourself, but somehow it's connected to this heartache. So it's like you can't fully enjoy being on your own, you can't fully enjoy being by yourself, because there's this feeling of hurt attached to you somehow. We also do have the Page of Pentacles, and this is kind of like you're wanting to do something new. You have these really good ideas, and you're starting a new kind of like venture. You could be starting a new project in work. You could be starting a new job. You could be going back to school for something. But somehow it's kind of like there's this distracting energy when it comes to this kind of heartbreak that seems to be the center theme in the month of July. But yet, you know, you're doing really good. You're either making more money, feeling a little bit more independent, feeling really good. There's some sort of like raise that's happening here, and you're feeling wonderful, but yet there's that distracting, crappy, it's like things are going so well, but why do I have to have this heartache? You know, it's kind of like coming with those sort of feelings in the month of July. So yeah, there's a little bit of disappointment here somehow. There's something that you're disappointed about, or kind of hurt over, but all in all, it's like things are moving forward, things are going really well. But yeah, the month of July definitely is centered around some sort of heartache. This could also be, I'm definitely feeling for some of you, since this is like the card of the independent woman, could be somebody like really coming to you that you're not really that interested in, but maybe they're really interested in you and they keep wanting to take you out, and you're just not on that same level, and so you might actually end up breaking someone else's heart this month as well, so it could go both those ways. This is the next card. We have the Play card, and then we have Dare to Dream. And so with this Play card, like, especially with the 9 of Pentacles right here, this is like a really exciting, playful month in the month of July. Somehow you have more free time, you have this kind of like abundance that's happening in the month of July, where you feel a little bit more free, more independent, like you can do more things, you have more time to do your own things. And it's like overall a fun month where you're going to be able to do a lot more things that just make you feel really good. And it'll help you kind of like get over whatever this is, which is good. And it might not even be your own heartbreak. Maybe you're just going to be a heartbreaker in the month of July because you just want your independence, and all these people are coming after you like, oh, let me take you on a date. And you're just like, no, I just want to be single, thanks. You know, could be something like that too. So again, it's kind of like a playful month in the month of July for you guys, and it feels really good. You're able to do a little bit more and, you know, you're going to feel really good in the month of July overall, other than whatever this happens to be is kind of just looming in the background. But then we also have the card of Dare to Dream. So this is kind of like you have this new idea, especially with that Page of Pentacles. It's like you have this new inspiration, this new idea where you guys are either going to be going back to school, starting a new job, maybe starting your own business, deciding something new where you guys are going to feel a little bit more abundant or gain something a little bit more materially. Maybe you guys are going to be letting go of something old materially and moving into something new materially, but dare to dream, because somehow this is like really promising, especially when we have the Pentacle and then this Diamond right here. So the Diamond is kind of like very similar to the Pentacles, where you are building something valuable. So there's something valuable is coming out of everything and all of this whole situation. So in the month of July, you're going to start something that is going to promise to be prosperous and valuable to you. We also have the card here of security. It relates so much to the Nine of Pentacles card, because somehow you're going to just feel so much more security, especially financially. You're going to feel much more abundant in the month of July, which is going to be amazing. We also have the card here of faith. So have a lot of faith. If you guys are going through some kind of heartbreak, do something where it's going to help you have the faith to just move forward. And I feel like that will come for you guys, especially since we have the Page of Pentacles coming right after. So somehow this new thing that you guys are starting, that's going to, you know, provide some more security for you guys and make you feel really good. It's going to help you have faith about the future again as well, especially if you guys have been going through some heartache. We also have the card here of Priestess, and then the card of Council of Light. So with these cards right here, it's like, how are you being called to step up and lead? So if you are a natural born leader, and if you are going through some heartbreak, how are you being called to step up and overcome whatever that was disappointing? Because it's a time to now overcome and step up above those types of things. We also have this Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So just so you guys know, you are being surrounded totally by your spirit guides. I see all of them kind of right here. Your ancestors, your angels are totally surrounding you to help you get over whatever this disappointment and heartbreak is, in order to bring you to a place of faith once again. We also have the card here of Blessed, and then the card of Not For You. So just know that you are so blessed, especially with that Nine of Pentacles, like, and the security card. I feel like you're going to be blessed with feeling abundant in the month of July. You're going to be blessed with opportunity and blessed with certain people. It's also an angel number 22. So again, you're going to be surrounded lots by your guides and angels for sure in the month of July. And they're going to be, you know, kind of counseling you and helping you get over certain things and realizing what is not your path. With this Not For You card, what is not in alignment with who you are, and what is in alignment with who you are? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to have faith in? What do you need to dare to dream about and realize, you know, what is for you and what isn't for you? What is no longer in harmony with who you are, and what is in harmony with who you are? And our last card here is the Divine Sun Child, blessings of the Sun Falcon. So it's so funny, in our last pile number 3, we had the moon, and in this one we have the sun. So the sun is the ruler of the masculine energy, so it's a time to finally shine. It's a time to come out of the darkness. It's a time to illuminate, you know, any sort of dark thoughts. It's time to allow them to become that of light, allow them to become that of love, transmute those things into love. So anything that is of negativity, allow it to transmute into love, and you'll be doing that lots in the month of July, which is going to be beautiful. So anything that's hurting you, how can you transform this? How can you transmute it into something that is of the light, and realize that, you know, everything is divine and is happening for you, honestly, and it's moving you to the place that you're supposed to be and the things that you're supposed to realize and all this kind of stuff. And so it's moving you to a beautiful place. And so that is what I see for you guys in the month of July. I hope you guys liked this reading. If you did, don't forget to give me a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next reading. Bye, guys.